Okay, let's go for the 13th time. Wonderful. Okay, I'm live. Am I live? Am I live? Check. Hello. Sorry, I didn't even realize I was already live. Still have a couple things I'm trying to get sorted out over here. Okay, yeah, I was live. Yeah, sorry guys. Sorry, it took me a while to get in here. Okay, so, yeah, it's not supposed to be Indian YouTube gamers. It's supposed to be the Surfing Violinist live. I've had some streaming issues, so I'm sorry. Last 2 weeks, I've been doing my favorite videos I found on YouTube, so I was going to share some of those with you guys tonight, answer some questions because I haven't done a Q&A in forever, so I was going to do some Q&A tonight. And then also answer a question that's been asked on Quora like forever ago that I've never gotten back to. And there was something else. And, of course, interact with you guys in the stream. So let me know if the audio is coming through okay. I've had some real streaming issues today. So welcome into the stream. Abhishek, Radion, Sumed, Negan Chandran, Jaspreet, and Sagar. So there was one other thing I needed to get ready. I didn't realize it was going to launch me in here this quickly. Oh, that's right. I'm going to put the playlist down here in the description. So the playlist that I'm sharing, you can check out. So some of my favorite videos of the week, and I got too many this week. So putting that in the description now, if you want to follow along with that. Jeez. All right. So I think we're ready here. Greetings, everyone. Welcome to the stream. So I was thinking about doing these on Friday. We'll start out on Friday, see if everyone enjoys it at this time, and we can do it another time as well. But basically just sharing my favorite YouTube videos and answering questions. Oh, yeah. Sorry about the naming problem there. I don't know what happened with that. All right, so first up is you can follow along on this week's YouTube playlist. Here it is here as well. I'll put it in the chat. So these are some of my favorite videos of the week. Some of you guys submitted them to me. Some of them I found. Some of them are old videos that I kind of just stumbled across again. So if you'd like to be featured next week, do let me know, and I will take a look at your videos. I don't share everyone's because I do get a lot of submissions these days, and it's, it's my favorite things of the week. So that's what it is. Oh, Rumit, so you're watching from America? Where are you at, Rumit? Hello, well, 7412. All right, we're going to go ahead and look at the first one. So the first one is Moon by Film and Comic Con's wrap-up video. And I really like how these guys did it. This is the 11th hour. The guys who put it together, this guy Jose and Jason, and they're really cool. And they did a really cool, good job with it, I think. I think it's pretty cool. So I'm going to turn it down a little because it's super loud. I'm pretty loud myself. All right, so Toronto, cool. Look at that, look at that. Do you see that? It's like all 3D and stuff. Do you see it? So they put these black borders around it to make it look letterbox, and then they let people come out of the, you can see there that I'm sticking out. It looks as a 3D effect. I don't know. I think it's pretty cool. I like it a lot. The Skywind team just released a new video, and it's amazing. I tell you what, for that kind of stuff, I will lose it in the chat, because I have an agenda and I don't have too much time. I'm running 45 minutes late. I was supposed to start at 7:30. But so So Arcane Thinker, if you can shoot me that in a comment on any video, or message it to me on Facebook, Surfing Violinist Facebook page, or tweet it at me, any one of those things will be helpful. So yeah, I really like this video that Mumbai Film and Comic Con had done for them. In my opinion, it's the best one that Comic Con has done yet. So I'm a real big fan of it. It only has 189 views. I'm like, what the heck? This is not right. It should have more. I still haven't seen Deadpool yet. Yeah, it's just, it's ridiculous. I got to catch up with Deadpool. I haven't had time to go to the movie theaters at all. All right, I'll answer a couple of questions as we go through. I'll go ahead and then mention this one. So last week, I said Damn Daniel was one of my favorite videos of the week. And this is him showing up on... Oh, no, this isn't him on Ellen. This is the remix. This is the Damn Daniel remix. And it's stuck. Let's go. It's stuck. It's just like peeking out my internet. It can't handle it. All right. Well, while that's thinking, I'll answer a couple questions here. There's a few here that I wanted to address. Srijan Datta asks, what are your views on John Oliver's episode about Trump? I haven't watched it. I just am over John Oliver, to be honest. I know that that's unusual, but I'm not a progressive. I'm not a Democrat. I've realized that I'm a libertarian. Probably most people would classify me as a conservative libertarian, I guess, but I am not a neocon. I hate neocon foreign policy. I hate neocon. There's a lot of things I hate about neocons. I cannot stand any Republican candidate. So, I mean, if you want to call me conservative, fine, but I'm not voting for any Republican candidates in this election. I would have voted for Rand Paul, but he dropped out. So what are you going to do? It sucks. Yeah, so I haven't watched it, and I think the whole premise, from what I understand about Drumpf, is just, it's kind of stupid. I mean, Jon Stewart changed his name. So are we going to change him back to whatever his name was? Whatever. Like, I'm just so over it. Donald Trump, I've said it in the videos before, but I just think Donald Trump is a symptom of the problem. Like, the reason why Trump has been enabled to get where he is because our electoral system is a joke. And it has been a joke probably for 50 years. It was already in trouble about 100 years ago, but at this point, it's a mess. And we're held over the barrel by two parties that don't care at all. They just want to amass power. And there's nothing in the Constitution that says you have to have a two-party system that it has to be made of Democrats and Republicans. They were different parties when we started out. It was Federalists and Anti-Federalists, and that's really actually easy to categorize. The Federalists, I guess you'd call them the conservatives of their day, but it was a different divide. It was how much power should the state have and how much power should the individual have. That was it. Federalists, a lot of state power, so they were kind of like, we've gotten away from the king, but we still need a strong central government. So, we're going to have the system of checks and balances thing, but it's going to be much more state-focused. And then you got the libertarians of the day, they were actually called the Republicans, ironically, the Anti-Federalists, Thomas Jefferson, these kind of guys. So they thought, they were almost anarchists. They were bordering on anarchists. They loved what France was doing with the French Revolution. And so that was like the whole divide back then, right? Like, and now what is the difference between Democrats and Republicans? Abortion, gay marriage, and nothing ever happens in those two issues anyway. Like, nothing ever happens different. Like, it's just following what the culture's doing. Like, abortion has been outlawed. Abortion has been legal for 40 some years, since Roe v. Wade was 73. I mean, there have been like little changes in like how early or how late you can get them or whatever, but that has been like the party platform for Republicans. Like, that's all they ever seem to talk about. When it comes to other issues, like not those social issues, what differentiates the parties? They have exact same economic policy, exact same. They say something different, but they all depend on the Federal Reserve. They all are basically a Keynesian oligarchy in the way that they structure everything. Big government regulation. They all use the FBI and the CIA and the Joint Chiefs of Staff, all these things that are non-elected entities that aren't any part of the Constitution. Our foreign policy is absolutely terrible. There has not been a difference in foreign policy. I mean, Jimmy Carter might be the one exception, but even he did stuff that was not stuff that a president should be allowed to do and not stuff that a country should be allowed to do. Our foreign policy is terrible. I think you all know that. I think that's one of the things that everyone's PO'd about with us, and should be. You can't just press a button and drone strike people just because you feel like it. And there's been a ton of collateral damage about that, and nobody seems to care. I don't understand how Obama can get a peace prize and be a party to the deaths of innocent children and just be like, oh, well, collateral damage, I can't help it. Well, then maybe you shouldn't be sending them out all the time. Why? I mean, what is it? We don't send a drone to strike when there's a sniper in Washington or when there's a guy shooting up a theater. They don't send in the drones when it's on American soil, when there's a terror attack, ever. That's never happened once. Why do we get to do it everywhere else in the world where we have no jurisdiction? That's evil foreign policy. And it's been our foreign policy since Woodrow Wilson, this policing the world, spreading democracy BS. So, and to be quite honest, Trump is the only one who's been speaking out about that other than Rand Paul. And so everyone's talking about, oh, he's such an evil person. He's such a racist. Which is more racist? Talking like an idiot to gain support of racists in the country, or killing people. Killing people on the other side of the world because they don't live in America, so what do they matter? That's pretty racist to me. And everyone has been guilty of that. Sanders voted for some of these engagements. Sanders has been pro some of these engagements. So anyways, that's my rant about that. They all suck. Democrats, the Republicans, they suck. All of them do. And so this is a smokescreen, you guys. They're just trying to distract you. Trying to make it look like, oh, Trump is the Antichrist. He's going to end everything. No, our country's been screwed for like 50 years because these same type of people with the same kind of power hide behind this, like, scapegoating one side. It's every year it's the same thing. Every time it's like you got the Republicans 8 years ago saying about Obama, oh, he's a terrorist, atheist, Muslim, communist, not born in America. Like this stupid, ridiculous. The things that people were saying about Obama in 2008, it would be hilarious if it weren't so absurd. But now progressives are saying the same thing about Trump. And it's just stupid. It sounds like a bunch of children talking about their favorite sports team. It's a joke. It's a joke. Our electoral system is a joke. Okay, so that's my rant on that thing. Who's my favorite Indian actor? Pranav asks. That's a pretty good question. I don't know. I can't really get it down to one person. I would say I really like Vijay Raj. Big fan of Vijay Raj. I'm a big fan of Nawazuddin Siddiqui. Obviously for all the things he's done, but People Alive is what I love him in the most. Rajat Kapoor. Huge fan of Rajat Kapoor. That dude has so much range. Huge fan of Rajat Kapoor. Nasiruddin Shah. I mean, even though he keeps taking these like when I saw him and Nana Patekar in that what is that dumb wedding movie that just came out? Like I saw that trailer. I didn't see the movie, but I saw the trailer and I was like, God, I just want to tear my hair out. Like, you guys are too good to be in this movie. I don't know. There's a lot of good actors. I'm a fan of some of like the YouTube guys. Like I'm a big fan of the TVF actors. I don't know. I think there's going to be some cool stuff coming up. I thought Naveen Kasturia did a great job in Pictures. I was a real big fan of them too. Okay, so keeping going on. How am I enjoying Delhi's weather? It's warming up just a little bit. I mean, it's not super hot. But yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Bring Rohan. Yeah, that's a good idea. He's about to go to bed. Hold on one second. AFK. All right, he's coming. Sorry for that. Here comes Rohan. He's gonna say hello. You wanna say hello? Oh. You want to watch a video? Well, there's not really one I can really show you, I don't think. They're all a little bit inappropriate. So say hello. What do you want to tell the people in the stream?
Hello. Hello.
Hello? You just want to say hello? Anything else you want to say?
Bido.
Bideau? What does Bideau mean?
Bido for what study?
Bideau still rocks. Can you sing the song that I've written for you?
Tingle.
Yeah, you can do that one. That's good. Go for it.
Tingle. Wait, that go. Tingle, tingle, little day. How I wonder where you are. Up above the window high. Take your time and take. Are you and I watch Tingle guitar?
Twinkle, sorry. But can you sing that in Hindi? Can you sing that in Hindi for them?
Tingle, tingle, doodle.
I don't know how you would say that. Roshni, Roshni,
Almost
Choti,
lost that. Annie just used
Tar,
to.
Re, Chote Tar, Re, Chote Tar. Oh, wait, how is it? How do you say one star? Hello from the other side. Can you say hello from the other side?
Hello. No, hello.
No, it is over here. You're looking in that. Hello.
That way you did.
Yeah, there's like double. We've got double going on over here. That just made my day.
Hitler.
Back at it again with the white striped turtle.
that.
Oh my gosh.
Boost.
What made you move to India? Do you have some sort of career here? Well, this is it. We started off just as a learning expedition. Then we were making videos for a travel company designed to interest foreigners in coming and checking out India, kind of like a much smaller version of an Incredible India, but much smaller and much more lo-fi and not nearly as good. But yes, Trump is an idiot. I agree. He's a troll. He's a court jester. Tara. So it's Chota, Tara, Asman me. Okay, so yeah, and then I was uploading videos on the side, just family videos and stuff. Speaking of which, I made a playlist, which I'll link in the description as well. I made a playlist of every vlog I've ever done. That's kind of the lo-fi ones that we do from beginning to end. So there's 260 total. Are you done? You want to say goodbye? Here, say goodnight. Can you say night night?
Good night. Goodbye.
Oh man. So I was making those vlogs on the side while we were here doing the language study and also making these travel videos. And then I met a bunch of people online who turned out to be Indians, NRIs, who were more interested in our videos than Americans were. So we started changing the way the channel ran, and I started my own company. So we're here under my own company. We are still in startup mode. We have the generous support of people all around the world that's keeping us afloat, and hopefully they won't give up on us yet. I feel like we're really close to making this actually work for the long haul. We've got some new ideas we'll be trying. So all your shares and all your comments and likes and subscriptions help out immensely, and all of that. We are starting, there's a link down there right now, as a matter of fact. Subscribe to our weekly email update newsletter there. So we're going to do our first one next week. And it's going to be focused on my writing. It's not just going to be like, oh, this is the videos that came out. It's actually, I'm going to be releasing some of my fiction writing that I've never released before. Before I was writing them to become screenplays for films. Like I had written one called Bharat's Chai Stand, which is about this chaiwala who ends up getting involved in this chase scene between these two spies, like international spies. So it's basically like the Bourne Supremacy gone wrong, and he gets stuck in the middle of this. Like they run past this chai stand, this big fight ensues, and that's this, like the people around the chai stand end up helping the one spy escape. So I wrote that like 3 or 4 years ago, and I was trying to make a short film out of it, and it's just hard to get, and if you don't have a budget, you just can't make these things. So I'm just decided, well, I'll just put the screenplays that I've written into more short story format and share them through this newsletter. So it'll be kind of piecemeal, like part 1, part 2, part whatever. If they're 10 pages, we'll only do like a page a newsletter. So you'll be hanging like a cliffhanger, waiting for the next episode, hopefully. Is this real life? I would love to make a short film, but it costs money. So we'll go ahead and look at the next video here. Let's see if Damn Daniel will actually work. I really don't know what's going on. I just like my internet just stopped on me. Let me refresh. I'll give it a try again. So I got this new MIDI controller, so I'm excited to get into the groove of that. This last week was all dedicated to an American Indian episode. So I wasn't able to get moving on it. If playback does not begin shortly, try restarting your device. What are you talking about? Device? I'm not on mobile, for crying out loud. Something's wrong with my stream. I think I've like hit my cap or something.
Hey guys, my name is Josh.
Okay, well this one's working, so we'll get onto that in just a second. Okay, this video right here, this next one coming up here is Asteria. So speaking of short films, my friend Josh Crute here, we worked together on Webcam a lot, if any of you have had the opportunity to see that. So he is film school trained graduate. He's in LA right now pursuing his screenwriting dreams and directing and filmmaking dreams. So this is his second big project in a while that he's sharing with the world. So Webcam a lot was the one that I was a part of with him, and I got made up like this troll and everything. It was like if in Camelot, 800 years or whatever it was ago. No, I guess it's longer ago than that. Anyways, if they had webcams, what would it be like? So it was a comedy, and it was a lot of fun. So he's the best writer that I personally know. So he has written a sci-fi short film, and he's already raised $5,000 for it. He's looking for $5,000 more. So I'm putting a plug in for my boy Josh Crute with his Indiegogo video. So check that out. It'll tell you a lot about that. If you're interested in sci-fi shorts, that would be cool. It says my audio and video is not in sync. That's problematic. Let me listen.
He's the best writer that I personally know. So
Yeah, it does look pretty bad.
sci-fi short film, and $5,000 for it.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. There's just some serious lag issues tonight, and if I go out and come back in, I might not get back in. So, yep, I understand. Audio's out of sync. I got it. It's deli, guys. Oh yes, and this T-shirt. That's another one of the playlist videos. So let me get to that too. Also, in this week's YouTube favorites is my friend Christian Zadak. He's been the one that did the street food videos in China. So he's still doing those. He's in season 7 now. So check out that series if you're missing street food videos. Obviously, it's not India, but I haven't gotten back to do any of the street food videos. It's been way too long, so I should have done that a long time ago. But I don't have the heart for it like he does, and he's really good about talking about food. So if you've got a craving for street food videos, do check out Street Food, and you're going to see some really good Chinese street food. Where do my kids go to study? Rohan's not studying yet. Satya is at a small school, an international school, so they mainly speak in English. They do learn some Hindi, but it's kind of like in a classroom setting, and I don't know if it really sticks all that well. I do want to throw out a shout out here to the Naughty Kid Productions, fellow YouTuber, local Deliite. So check out his channel, the Naughty Kid Productions. I actually don't have a video of his in this week, and I meant to put one as well. It is YouTube Fan Fest this weekend, so I'm missing that. A lot of people will be down in Mumbai. If you're in Mumbai, just go check it out. Plans on working with TVF again. That would be great. That would be great. I'd love to do that. but don't have any plans now. I pitched a script to them. I thought it was really cool. They seem to like it, but yeah, they're busy. What can you do? All right, next up in my list of favorite YouTube videos from the week. I got too many this week. I really shouldn't have done this many, but oh well. I watch, this is kind of my stuff. A lot of them are film related too this week. This one is about Joel and Ethan Cohen, the Cohen brothers, Raising Arizona, No Country for Old Men, Fargo, The Big Lebowski, those dudes. And this guy, Every Frame of Painting. If you're a cinema nerd, if you love film stuff, this guy, in my opinion, is the best one to subscribe to. He just has a really interesting analysis of films of all kinds. So it's really good stuff. So if you're into that sort of thing, check out Every Frame of Painting. Oh, yeah, no, I'm sorry. I'm not dealing with comments. Well, there are a lot coming through, and I'm trying to do two things at once here. I did get to visit Mumbai back, a year ago. I guess no, it wasn't that long ago. It was the Comic-Con. That was the last time I got to go down there. It was a lot of fun. I'd love to come back down again. Yeah, I'm thinking about doing these weekly. So they will start off as Q&As and sharing some of my favorite videos of the week, and eventually we will try to have some guests. So we'll look into that. We may even have a guest next week. We'll see. G2 and Ford will make a good Jody. Yeah, G2 is the man. He's pretty much the man. He's fantastic. Oh, we got some Hindi puns up in here. How did one milk bottle greet another milk bottle? What's up, dude? Any luck to collaborate with AIB? Tanmay got in touch with me. It was before, or maybe it was right around the same time they released the Arvind Kejriwal video. Remember the, whatever that video was they made about Arvind Kejriwal that actually had Alok Nath in it? It was around that time, and then they just blew up, and so they just didn't have time after that. I did talk to Tanmay on the phone, but he was just like, I got this going on, and this, and then that, and then, then they got Hot Star, and the sky's the limit. Do I swear in Hindi? No, I used to never swear at all, and now I cuss nonstop. I don't do it on the channel. It is a family channel, but I really don't like what I have become. I don't know what's happened to me, but I don't swear in Hindi yet. Nashik, wine capital of India, really? No, I didn't know that. Well, that's cool. Yeah, I would like to do something like that. The Coen brothers are awesome. I'm sorry, Deepak. Rohan has gone to bed. So. You watch this video on visual comedy? No, I hadn't seen that yet, Abhijit. I'll have to check that one out. I need to catch up. The one that I saw that impressed me the most, that really kind of got me into Every Frame of Painting, was the one on Snowpiercer, the left to right analysis, which was really good. All right, let's see what we got here. No, I'm not going to try to get drunk on wine, but I'll definitely partake. Copied pranks and videos and deleted my comments. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I think that is a common thing among pranksters, though, that they do borrow content quite a bit. Yeah, that's unfortunately they deleted your comments. That's kind of annoying. Yeah, I haven't gotten to see them in a long time either. We were actually at FanFest last year and together, and I've been left behind. Hail Caesar. Oh man, I really want to watch Hail Caesar. That's the movie I wanted to watch. I missed it. I don't even think it's in theaters up here anymore. My favorite Hollywood movie, just off the top of my head, one of my favorite movies, just as a mainstream entertaining film, is Serenity, the Firefly film by Joss Whedon. I feel like it's just a perfect film. I feel like it's perfect at what it's trying to do. It's not the movie that makes me think the most, but it actually does make me think. I mean, it has an interesting point about totalitarianism, what I was talking about earlier, policing the universe, which is what I was talking about earlier, and trying to make people be better through coercive means and even biological manipulation. Not a fan of eugenics. So I released a video today, actually. It was about Richard Dawkins, a tweet he made, this was 2 or 3 years ago, and I just never published it. And so I actually made public 5 or 6 of these vlogs that had kind of just been sitting there unlisted. So some of those are available in there. Let's see. You plan to stay in India for good from Siddharth, or do you have plans to shift back to the U.S. sometime in the future? We will be going back to the U.S. this summer to renew our visas, or to get new visas. Hopefully we'll be able to come back in. We do want to come back. I have not visited Kolkata yet, Sozin. I would love to. That is definitely on the list. Yeah, it's hard keeping up with the work, though, Man, I'm kind of losing track of this comment thread here. I wish I could make it bigger or something. Oh, yeah. Everyone's been asking me for My Name Is Khan. I'll get to it, guys. I've got a list of 100 movies to watch. All right, and one doesn't trump the other just because Shah Rukh's in it. Sorry. I've talked about a lot of Shah Rukh movies, and I am pro Shah Rukh Khan. I'm not against them, but I'll catch up with the movie when I get a chance. Before that, I want to see Ustad Hotel, which is a Malayalam film. I saw Fandry yesterday. I finally caught up with Fandry, the Marathi film. Oh man, that's a hard hitting movie. So I'm trying to see films from all over different regions and genres. Bengali is on the list coming too. I don't have time to watch 4 movies a week. I just do not. So, here comes Rohan. He's going to say goodnight. Come say goodnight one more time. That's not Didi. That's Daddy. Okay, one more time. Say night night.
Night night, Dad.
Night
Night, Dad.
You gonna give me a kiss?
Night, Dad.
Oh, that was a very nice kiss. Yuck.
Yuck.
All right. So I will get to My Name Is Khan. I will. Arman, you are in Kotari International School. No way. That is so cool. Satya used to go there. Yeah, you should go back and watch some of those old videos. She's there. That is so cool. Have I thought of doing a podcast? That's a really good question, Rumit. Yes, I have. Actually, just this week. I was thinking actually starting with this live show, working to get the audio in better shape, and then eventually transitioning it into a podcast once I'm a little more organized. Obviously, tonight this is just so scatterbrained and it's kind of a mess. But yeah. Every frame of painting is amazing. All right, I'm going to take one quick break from the comments, and we're going to go on to the next video that I like, which is random, all right? It's just random. It's from Anybody Can Dance. Okay, and the reason why I like this, guys, okay, let me just say, Anybody Can Dance is a dance movie that is cheesy and silly. It reminds me of the Step Up movies, which Melissa would watch. I can barely sit through those movies. And so, there are people say, well, it's just a Step Up ripoff. Well, yeah, I guess. I don't know. But here's the thing. This climactic scene here, the Ganesh dance, I think is fantastic. And I think it's fantastic because of what it does with character. K.K. Menon and Prabhu Deva's characters kind of having this moment through this dance. They remember. It makes him remember, have this flashback to when they were young guys dancing at the what do you call it, the Ganpati Puja, I guess, when they're taking the Ganesh down in Mumbai. So I'm guessing that's what that is. So they have that flashback to that, and they're dancing, and it's like he remembers his dancing roots, At this moment reminds me of the moment in Ratatouille, which I think is a fantastic kids movie, when the food critic, he eats ratatouille that the rat makes, and there's this Hitchcock shot, so they like this rack zoom thing where they zoom into his eye, his eyes and everything around him is like whoa. It's one of those movies with a whoa moment in the movie. So when that happens, he's like, "Oh man, I love food again." Like I forgot what his I've just been so cynical. Like I forgot like what it's like to love food. And so that's this moment for KK Min, and he gets up, and this thing goes from just a normal old competition to this kind of transcendent experience where everyone is all of a sudden respectful. Everyone's making fun of these kids, and then all of a sudden everyone's like, "Holy crap! Like this is next level." I don't know. I think it's really good. I think the song is super catchy. I got to turn on hold on. Sorry. You're going to hear some CPU fan. I've really got to like take this computer apart and like dust it or something. It's really starting to get heavy. So anyways, I like this. I really like the climax of this movie. I think it's legitimately good. So what can I say? I'll have to catch up with that one from Every Frame of Paintings. From Anybody Can Dance to David Fincher. Yeah, I'll have to check up with some of the ones from Every Frame of Painting. A mental magic trick. Yeah, that'd be cool. Maybe you can do it in video format and submit it so that I can share it in the video. Team Cap or Team Iron Man? I don't know, man. I'm not. To be really honest, Devin, the trailer did not sell me on this. Like it just didn't. It looks really contrived. The fight. I don't know anything about the backstory in the comics in the Civil War universe. So I don't know. Maybe it makes sense, but it's just in the trailer, I just wasn't sold on it. Like it's like I don't know. I'm getting a little bit overwhelmed by the amount of superhero movies coming out. Believe it or not, I have seen Gangs of Wasseypur. I'm just missing one chunk because I was watching on Netflix. I'd seen the end already, the last half, because I saw it in theaters, but I'd missed the first half, so I've gone back, but I'm missing like 40 minutes. I need to go back and see that 40 minutes. I understand why it is very well loved, and it's very well executed, all right? It's just not my kind of movie, but I totally understand the hype it gets. I'm not the biggest Anurag Kashyap fan, but it's not because of that movie. Like, I think that movie is really good. It's a really good magnum opus, and it deserves the credit that it has got. It's really good. I personally like Black Friday better, just because it's more. I don't know. It's more raw, I guess. It just feels more like he's really respecting the situation and trying to show it from very procedural documentary feel to it. I really like that movie, and plus it has KK Menon. Before he was having to take crap movie roles like this. I have seen part of Bahubali. That's not my favorite movie. I'm just going to tell you right now. Rakesh in Indian in Boston. Cool. Well, welcome to the stream. Team Cap. So, yeah, how many people are Team Cap in the audience? I don't know. I like him. I do like the casting. I do like the universe that Marvel has created. We just watched Jessica Jones, and I thought it was fantastic. I didn't get to see Bridge of Spies, unfortunately. Man, all Goog is not letting me go of this My Name is Khan thing. I have seen Ship of Theseus, and I like that movie a lot. Some people thought it was very pretentious. I thought it was awesome. I liked it. There's a one part in it that doesn't work as well for me, but I think on the whole, I think the film is fantastic. Any plans for a collaboration with Just Rain? No. I mean, everyone ignores me. That's what you got to realize. What do I think of Sam Pepper? Have you seen his apology video? I do not even know anything about Sam Pepper. I honestly don't know anything about that dude. I know the name, but I don't know anything about what he's about. Wow, I've lost this again. Leo won. Yeah, we can. Yeah, Leo won, and then lectured us about how we're polluting the planet while he takes his private jets everywhere. Abdullah Adam says he does about Jabi Koe. Yeah, I think he kind of stumbled into this. He was doing trailer reactions, and someone asked him to do one of them. I'm not sure which one was first, but he did one trailer reaction, got a lot of views, and so yeah, he's kept doing it. I mean, it makes sense. He's kind of leading the way in trailer reactions online. It looks like. I mean, he's really kind of got a corner on the market, so it's fine. He's got a contact here. It looks like, and she kind of helps him on Twitter, like drums up support for the releases or whatever, and lets him know when new trailers are coming out. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I'm just used to everyone just going past me on YouTube. It's just I've been doing this for 6 years, and I'm just staying in one place. It's my fault. I mean, a lot of you actually probably know many of the reasons why I haven't gone further ahead, and it's just because I've been very scatterbrained and everything. The Big Lebowski is the best Coen Brothers movie. Akshay, no. I'm sorry. It's not the best Coen Brothers movie. It's not. I mean, it's a matter of opinion. It's really subjective. It's hard to compare their work because all of them are really good at what they're trying to accomplish. When you analyze them by their genre goals, right? Like they're almost not all masterpieces. I would not say Burn After Reading is a masterpiece. But man, like Fargo and No Country for Old Men and Miller's Crossing, and for me, I loved Raising Arizona. That's one of my favorite of theirs because it's the least cynical, I think. But I love them. I love those movies. They are masters of their craft for sure. Well, thanks, Armand. I really appreciate that, man. Yeah, I should have done this a long time ago, and we will be doing this regularly. What Hindi movie am I looking forward to? I'm actually interested in watching all of the big ones coming up. I'm honestly not that interested in the new SRK one. The fan one. I will watch it. I am interested in Rais. Is that how you say it? Rais. I am interested in seeing what Salman comes out next with his film, which I can't remember, Shao Kahn or what is the next one? What's his next one? I can't remember. And then Dangal is Amir's. So I pretty much watch all their movies. I end up watching them, and I'm interested in those. Do let me know if you see some good independents coming out. I do want to catch up with Nirja for sure. I do want to see Aligarh. I cannot pronounce it correctly. Aligarh. I do want to see that as well. And there's something else I wanted to see. Favorite stand-up comic? I'm not really big into stand-up comics. When Jim Gaffigan was on the scene, I liked him because he's just kind of low-key. Deerage, what do you think about Mad Max, assuming the rest of the franchise didn't exist? Fury Road is one of my favorite action movies ever. I loved it. I can't say enough good about that movie. Like, it actually, this whole desire to start doing storytelling again, I watched Mad Max, and I was just like on fire when I walked out of the movie. I was like, I'm sitting down right now. I went and bought a notebook, which I don't know where it is right now, but I went and bought a notebook, and I said, I'm going to write a story right now. So I wrote a story right then in screenplay format, and that's actually ended up being the first story that I'm going to release in this new newsletter that's going to turn into a short story series. So I got the idea that night for it. Like, it just came like that. So that movie really is inspiring to me. I love it. I hate the Oscars. I hate them with the passion. People are talking about them being racist. That's the least of the Oscars problems. And that's a problem too, but that's the least of it. It's always been an insiders group. It's always been corporate-fascist oligarchy, like everything. Like everything that is problematic. You got to be an insider. It's just a popularity contest. It's a joke, man. I can't stand it. I've just given up on trying to care about that thing. Who is your favorite Indian? Stand-up comic. I think a lot of them are pretty good, but I don't. I mean, I've seen bits and pieces here and there. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really have a favorite, I guess. Do I like Justin Bieber? Not particularly. Yeah, Hunter, I heard, was definitely a different kind of movie. That it didn't follow the formula. Am I planning to get Indian citizenship? I don't think that's possible, Avi. I should watch Mirchi. I should watch Mirchi. That's a good recommendation, Deepak. Thank you, Siddharth, for your support. How much? Oh, okay, so Abhijit asks, how much would I rate Fandry on a scale of 1 to 10? I would rate Fandry. It's going to be between 8.5 and 9. The only thing that it loses is that they had to find a different way to deal with that pig. I mean, the movie is called Fandry, and that CG pig is just horrible. Like, and I'm, I understand with the budget, like it's next to impossible. What they did, the way they got around it at the end, near the climax of the film, they just showed things from the pig's point of view. Just give us that. Like, there's times where you can use the CG and get away with it, but when it's an open shot and the pig is obviously running down and you're not using a tripod and there's motion jitter, there's the motion tracking's not quite working properly. Like, that just takes takes people out of it. It doesn't bother me as much, but I feel like I'm going to give it 9. I'm going to give it 9 out of 10. If it were a 5-star scale, I would do 4.5. 4.5 out of 5. And it gets my shocked face at the top of my emoticonometer. So subjectively, I think it's fantastic. It does exactly what it's trying to do. I just feel like if you can't nail the CG, just don't put it in. Like, or find a way to hide it, just suggest the pig or something like that. So that's my only complaint about the film. iOS or Android? I don't know. I'm on Android now, so Android, I guess. I do want to catch up with Ustad Hotel. I've commented on Trump. He's a symptom of the problem. He's not the problem. The problem is our whole electoral system. Rohan's reaction to Joe the Beam. You probably actually would like it. I would just Parganj. I haven't been there in so long. I've only been like a couple times. I think it's fine. I understand why like the backpackers end up hitting it up. There's a lot of these little bakeries and they got cheap stuff and kind of Western or European bakery fare. And, it's a lot of, I don't know. I mean, I get the appeal. It's not quite my scene, but I think it's fine. Sorry guys. Yeah, I'm way behind. Ganpati Visarjan. That's it. Ganpati Visarjan. Indian authors. That is something I'm woefully behind on. Really, like. Give me some suggestions, but probably give me some suggestions in comments or channel comments or Facebook messages for some Indian authors. Okay, I'm going to take a quick break and keep moving on through my favorite videos. Next up is How to Sing Like Your Favorite Artist from Ryan Higa. In my opinion, he is YouTube. This guy is YouTube. If you ever have curious to know what is a YouTube channel supposed to look like, it's him. And he's stayed the test of time, and he's paid his dues in every sort of way. Like, he works so hard on all of his videos, and it's mainly directed at 13-year-old to 17-year-old audience. But he just does so many creative things with puns and with his jokes. And what I love about it is he builds up to this climax and then has something at the end that's just totally unexpected. And so he reincorporates the rest of the video in this weird way. He's invented a new art form, really. He's taken a vlog and turned it into an art form. He's funny and he's a genuine person. That's what I really like about him. This is embarrassing, but I've never seen Psycho. All this time, I've never seen Psycho. When I was a kid, I lived a pretty sheltered life, and even as being that movie that old, I was still like, I'm not allowed to watch that. Ship of Theseus, I loved it. Ankodeki, I loved it. Good stuff. Black Magic Pocket Cinema Camera. Gyan, I like it. Yes. Yes, I like that. Ganga Jal and Dave D. I have seen Dave D. I did a review on it for the Delhi Film Marathon. I was probably a little unfair to it because it was a 30-movie marathon in a month, and so I just got overwhelmed by movies. It wasn't my favorite. I do understand. Again, I understand the appeal, and I think our boy Anurag Kashyap hit his mark. Was doing what he was trying to do. It just wasn't my favorite thing. I'm not a real big documentary person. What is Nero's Guests about? How? The Naughty Kid Productions. That's a really good question. He asks, how do you get through a writer's block? Okay. One time I heard, well, this isn't, I'll just talk about writing in general for a second. Joss Whedon said the way that he writes is he goes to, we have, they're diners. You know, they're coffee houses, but they're not coffee houses like Starbucks. They're diners. You basically go in there and you just sit in this booth, and they're kind of run down little diners, and they'll come and refill your coffee for you. You know, you buy one coffee, and they just come in like, you know, every few minutes. You get some eggs or whatever, and you eat, get your breakfast, and you eat, and then so he just comes there with a stack of classical music CDs or film soundtracks, puts them in his listening device, and you know, this was back in the day. Now you use an iPod, I'm sure, or a phone, but you just sit there and listen to that and write. For me, that's the same way. I have to just get in the zone. Like if Rohan is coming in and, you know, tugging on my chair or something like that, or if someone's asking me a question, I'm done. Like, it totally takes me out. I've got to just sit in front of a screen for an hour, and sometimes more than that, to really get in the groove. I think the best cure for writer's block is sitting in front of a blank page and just thinking hard, you know. And so for me, what I do is I think about themes. I think about, like, I'm talking about fiction now, but I think about something that I am mad about. And I thought, well, you know, what would a villain look like? The thing that I'm mad about, if it were in the form of a villain, a human being, what would it look like? And then I start thinking, like this, my most recent writing day, I was sitting there at the Cafe Coffee Day right over here in Kalkaji, and stuff just started coming back to me, like things that, some stories in the news that are just really frustrating. Like, how could this guy do this thing? And then you start thinking, well, what would motivate him to be like that? And then you start filling in these blanks and develop a backstory. And yeah, I think it's just a process that requires time. So I think the best cure for writer's block is writing. So Abhijit has been telling me a lot about Derek Sivers. And so Derek Sivers told a story in one of these videos. It's really good. So he said they did this experiment one time where they had it was a clay pot making class or something, like pottery. You're supposed to make pottery for the class. So they did an experiment where they had half the class just do one pot for the entire semester. They had to make one piece of clay and make it as good as they could. So the whole time they were just going to make this the best pot they could make. And the other people were only graded on the amount of weight that their combined pots had. So if they had 50 kgs worth of pots at the end of the class, they got an A. If they had 40, they got a B. If they had, 30, they had a C, whatever. So they found out that when they had independent judges compare the best pots from both, invariably, almost, the people who had to do the quantity ended up having the better quality. So we always hear quality is better than quantity, but the problem is, and this is Derek Sivers' whole thing, is that you have to have quantity in order to reach quality. You make so many mistakes and you fail and you fail and you fail. It's like working out. He makes that example too, which is so true. What do you do when you work out? You go in and you fail. You push the weights until you hit failure. And when you hit failure, it tears your muscles and you give them a rest, and then they build back up. So failing is how you actually create something better. It's through the quantity and the repetition that you actually become a better anything. So I don't know, that's what I do. Music helps some. And the other thing that is helpful for me overcoming writer's block is physical activity. So I find working out's pretty good. Doing menial tasks is pretty good. Cleaning stuff up, organizing my room. I'm such a great person at doing that. But those kind of things are actually really helpful because they engage a different portion of your mind, and that's when you have these aha moments when you're like, oh, why didn't I just do that? I can put this person in this situation over here, or in an edit, it will happen to me too on the backside of the creative process where, I've got this video, I'm like, I don't know, I mean, how am I going to get from, that scene to this scene? Like, what am I going to do? Like, how am I going to match it together? And then usually the inspiration comes. Abhishek asks, is there anyone in video gaming here? I am into it a little bit. We were doing dad and daughter gaming. We are going to try to bring it back once I can get this channel in better organization. Can't post web addresses here. You should be. It won't let you post web addresses? Really? That's stupid. Here, let me check that. I can probably fix that. Yeah, I'm fine with you guys posting web addresses. I don't care. Just, don't post anything objectionable. I don't know. I can't find where it says that you can't. It might be too late for me to change that setting. I talk way too much for each comment. Okay, Deerage, I won't answer any of your comments. How about that? Oh, snap. All right, we'll go to the next video. Okay, so this is Just Rain's video about having to remove his turban at the airport. And what I really appreciate about this video, it's a 16-minute long video. He really makes it move quickly, and he does it in a way that's funny. And he turned this bad situation into a constructive situation. I think he was actually very creative, cross-cultural, and constructive in his handling of being frustrated with the way that this went down. And he wasn't really asking for too much, in my opinion. So I think he did well. The trailer sound, guys, I really don't understand. I don't know. Like, these trailer reactions do kind of annoy me. Like, every time I upload one, people are like, oh, well, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. Guys, this is a new medium that was invented 3 months ago. There's not like a 10 commandments written. There's not a book written about this is how trailer reactions. I can do it the way I want. Like, if that's the way I want the audio to be, you can watch the trailer on your own. Why do you have to watch? Are you watching it for the first time with people who watch trailer reactions? Obviously not, because everyone's watching them multiple times. I don't understand those type of comments. Well, you're not doing it like so-and-so does it. No, I'm not going to perfectly do it like they do it, because why don't you just watch them then? Why would I be exactly like the way they do it? And, there's so many of these videos, I watch them like, everyone's saying their audio is better and their video is better? Really? There's a kid that gets tons of views, and it's like his camera's down here. It's all pixelated. His audio's terrible. I'm like, what am I doing wrong? Really? It is very low sound. So I don't understand what. But why are you watching the trailer to hear what's on the trailer? It's a reaction. It's not watching. I'm sorry. I don't get that complaint. Like, if you just want to watch the movie trailer, just go watch the movie trailer. Like, aren't you watching for the reaction? That to me just brings up the whole thing. Like, am I just pirating someone else's comment? I mean, if you just want to see the trailer, I just put the trailer in front of my face, and we can all listen to the trailer together. What is the point of that? I really don't get that. And people are saying, oh, you're not reacting enough or whatever. Like, you want me to fake act? That's why I'm like playing a character in this last one, because it's like, people are duped by these people. Like, what? I mean, you think those are legitimate reactions? People do that. A guy who's watched 100 trailers in the last month, that's how he's actually reacting? Like, really? I don't know, man. I don't get it. I would love to visit Kolkata. That would be awesome. But I haven't got the chance yet. No, and I just, it's just a matter of time and funds. All right, so this next film here, I do want to mention. I've made this thing way too long this week. Sorry, way too long. This one's called Desire. It's a 10-minute short film. It is by a a YouTuber is in my friends list on Facebook. I feel like I've met him somewhere. A young kid. He looks really young to me. I feel maybe I met him at a YouTube meetup or something like that. But this film looks really good. It is really well shot. I'm trying to figure out like what camera they use, because it looks fantastic. It is also a creative film, and it is hopeful. It's sad, but it's well shot, pretty well acted. It might be a little bit on the overacting side, but geez, I mean, it's a 10-minute film. Like, this takes a ton of work. And this I cannot imagine how long it took them to make this. And they're young guys. I was really impressed with this. So actually, I forgot to give it a like, so I'm giving it a like now. So Desire, I'll just go ahead and share the link in the description for this one in particular, because it's a local boy killing it. I think it's really good. Here it is. There you go. I put the link in the description there. Yeah, I mean, I feel like, I mean, if I'm just going to copy Jabby, like, what's the point? Like, people just watch Jabby. I mean, that's not what I'm trying to do. I don't know. I mean, I obviously do need to work on improving the sound in this room. The echo is still a problem. We are going to try to get it better. But, I mean, I feel like sometimes, I think everyone's trying to be helpful. Like, oh, if you just did this, it would make it a little better. But, you know, there's only so much I can do. Jabby, that's all he's doing. It's just trailer reactions. I mean, like, that's a well that's going to run out at some point. I mean, I feel like YouTube is going to crack down on it eventually. And, you know, almost all of my videos are getting copyright claimed. It's almost as soon as they go up. So it's not like I'm making money off them. So I can't sit there and be like, I mean, it's good marketing. It's great marketing. But I cannot budget that much time in making it like this giant, you know, produced thing, or, you know, act like, I don't know. Oh, that's a good idea, Raj. Yeah, maybe I could say something like that. Okay, we do a trailer. Maybe if I explained it like that way at the beginning of a trailer. Yeah, that makes sense. Like if I said something like, this, the way we react to trailers is a little different than the way some other people do it. They like to watch and listen. We talk almost the whole time. That annoys some people. So if you want to remember what the trailer is in the trailer, go watch the trailer first and come back, and then you can hear us talk over it. Because to me, I'm bored out of my mind. That's just awkward. Like, I cannot watch these trailer reactions where the person never says anything the whole time. Like, I don't understand that. Like, why don't I just watch the trailer? I'll go see it where I can actually see the whole screen. I don't know. We've tried to do 2 or 3 meetups in the last few months, and nobody has showed up. Like 2 people showed up on one of the occasions, and, you know, we block out an entire day, and nobody comes, and it's pretty difficult. So I don't foresee meetups happening anytime soon. If Michael Bay and Rohit Shetty had an incurable disease and you had the antidote, who would you save? That's such a bad question. Oh, man, I can't answer that question. You once said reaction videos are not your thing for it. Yeah, I did say that, but I got talked into doing it because they're getting views. Like, I can't argue with it. Like, if I were to buy ads that got the amount of views that these trailer reactions get, then I would be spending like hundreds of extra dollars. And so it's just like, it's good marketing for the channel. It helps people find us a little better. So we're trying to put our own spin on it. And look, I'm not trying to bash like those guys are doing the way they do it. And if you like it that way, that's totally cool. I totally get that. Like, that's fine. But we're only going to go so far in doing the trailer reactions a certain way. I think some people have pointed out too, though, that we need to be a little better prepared in terms of, like, I've gotten some details wrong and it looks really stupid. So, I mean, I should know Bollywood better than Jabby, right? Like, I mean, I've been here for 5 years. And so we've said some pretty stupid stuff and been called out for it. Like, you know, not realizing how prevalent kissing is in modern Bollywood. I guess what I meant with that was mainstream Bollywood, you know, because it's just not something you see in your typical SRK or Salman, you know, because those are the guys who have for a long time up until a certain movie. Just, you know, that was like a rule that they didn't violate. But, you know, any little things like that, we just need to be more careful the way we say it. I have seen Guzarish. Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't my favorite. It reminded me a lot of what's that $1 Million Baby? That's what it reminded me of. Hey, street food is in the house. Hey, street food. How you doing, man? It's been too long. It's been way too long. What do I think of Kamal Arkan's movie reviews? They're probably some of the best movie reviews in India. I'm not even kidding. Like the guy, because they're kind of entertaining. You never know what you're going to get from that guy. Sometimes you get like a very. I watched the review. I'm like, yep, yeah, that's pretty right. Yeah, that's right. And then there'll be another one where he's just like, insane. Dude, that guy cracks me up. I mean, I think he's a funny guy personally. I mean, he's. Oh, KRK, man. Come on. Hey, Ababil. Deadpool from Comic-Con Mumbai. All right, good to see you in the stream. Thank you. Thank you, Agam. I'm appreciative. I'm sorry for sounding mean. That was not my intent. Like, I know that you were doing this, and I think most people who are commenting on this with constructive criticism, you're really trying to help the channel out. And I'm sorry, I'll overreact sometimes. That's my bad. It's not your bad. I know you're trying to help, and a lot of times you guys are spot on. You're exactly right. It's just there's just a limited amount of things that I can deliver on, and then I just start feeling like, oh, I don't know what to do next. So I start freaking out. I would love to make an all-India tour. It's just not going to happen this year, man. Yeah, I would love to do it too, Mahir. My goal this year, before we go back to the U.S., is to do a surf trip. I've not done any surfing in India, and so my consideration right now is either, and I can only do one, either Karnataka or Tamil Nadu. And so I would take a stretch of coastline a couple 100 kilometers long and, take however many days it will take me to get across that, pick the spots where I think will be good. The reason I'm thinking of Karnataka is because there are two or three surf schools, surf camps there that are in a row. So that might be a good spot. All right, I'm going to go to the next film. Do check this out. The Filmers Lounge, I'm really proud of what they've done. I haven't subscribed to them either. So I'm subscribing now, so check them out. Check that video out. This is just random. I don't know where I saw this. I think it was on Facebook. It's totally staged. Okay, this is one of these like prank things. I guarantee this is staged. I'm not even gonna ruin it. You just have to watch that one. It's in the playlist, linked in the description. Never mind. You just have to watch it. Okay, this is hilarious. Funny or Die. It's only got 58,000 views. I just can't believe this stuff. So they're making fun of these VFX breakdowns, like in a movie like Carol that probably has like 8 effect shots of the whole movie. So they're like making all these elaborate effects for effects that aren't there. Oh, I love it. That one cracks me up. All right, I'll do one more, then I'll answer some more comments here. Oh, okay. So this is Leonine, the free running parkour team. They were in Varanasi this month. These guys are insane. This is Mujahid Habib and his crew from Rampur, and this was, I think, sponsored by Red Bull. These kids are just out of control. Awesome. I would love to be able to free run. It's kind of like on my agenda once I start getting into a little bit better shape. My goal is not to really buff up. My goal is just to be nimble and not run out of breath all the time. So yeah, that's some pretty cool stuff. All right, we got one more video in the, you see it has something to do with Trump, so we'll get to that in just a second. Yeah, I still have not been to Deadpool yet, so I have not been to Ahmedabad yet. The reason I don't mention much of South India is I haven't had a chance to be there. It's not like down the road, guys. Like, I don't know. Like, what do you want from me? We'll just hop on the gondola over to Kerala. Like, come on. Like, I'm not independently wealthy. Like, we're barely keeping our neck above water. And as it is. We hardly have enough money to be able to take our plane tickets back to the U.S. at this point. So, yeah, it's not an intentional thing. I'm not like Leonardo DiCaprio. I don't have money just to go wherever. Nerd Writer. Yes, you're absolutely right. Nerd Writer's really good too. He's got some really interesting stuff. Ford turn ko Hindi aati hai kya? Tomb. I thought it said turn. I know a little bit. मुझे थोड़ी जान मैं थोड़ी जानता हूँ मगर बहुत शब्द मुझे नहीं मालूम है तो ज़्यादा अभ्यास करना चाहिए. I need to read more, and I need to write more, and I need to study more. I don't support a football club. Okay, there was a good question here. Hold on one second. Have you seen Watchmen? I have seen Watchmen. I have not seen Barton Fink, but I have read the screenplay. I don't know what Timbuktu is. When can I expect a collab with other Indian YouTubers? I am doing a voiceover for them boxer shorts coming up, but that's the only thing I know soon. Dude, play something. Okay, I could play something. I'll pull out the violin in just a minute. There was one other question I had to ask. I'm not coming to YouTube Fan Fest. RickyTube, I can't react to Bollywood songs. So I don't know how some of these reactors are getting away with it, but that's asking for a copyright strike like that. I'm already getting copyright claims on almost every one of these trailer reactions, which again, like it doesn't affect the channel, but they just make all the money off my video, which is, fine, whatever. That's cool. They can keep their money. But with those, when you post the whole song, you're liable to get a copyright strike. So I'm a little worried about that. Montages in their videos. Do you mean in films? That's to show the passage of time. Dheeraj, thank you, man. I really appreciate that about the Bollywood reviews. Okay. Question from Street Food. In your opinion, who is using the violin on YouTube in the most cutting edge way right now? That's a good question. I don't actually know. There was a guy called was it Mind Crack? Was that his name? Symphony Crack, was that it? This was a while back. Something like that. This kid, the Mad Violinist. Okay, this is old. I don't know. Some of you might not have seen this. I'll just go ahead and add it to this week's playlist. This will be the last one in the playlist. In my opinion, this is just one of the best violin things I've heard in years. But this is 4 years old, so I'm way behind the times. I haven't really paid attention. I know a lot of people like Lindsay Sterling. She's a really sweet person, like genuinely nice. Not my style. I like what this guy does with dubstep a little better than what she does with electronic music. So I'm not really sure, though. That is a good question. I have to think about it. I actually need to do some research is what I need to do. She's good. She's good. It's just not quite my thing. Quora, I was going to answer some Quora questions tonight. I think I'm going to run out of time because I ended up getting started too late, unfortunately. Last video on this playlist is Blame Social Justice Warriors for Donald Trump. And so this young lady, Julie Borowski, who's a libertarian vlogger in the U.S. and writer. She's a blogger. So she just talks about how, and you guys know what this is like in India. Like this happens everywhere, where in one group or another is saying you can't say this, you can't say this, you can't say this. It's not a fascist thing. This isn't the fascist kind of thing. This is the more of the like politically correct thing. So it's the bullying and like, oh, you do what? You like what? You said what? and so it's that kind of thing. So she talks about that Trump is really preying off of that. He knows that there are people who are annoyed by that politically correct, like thought police in the U.S. right now, and so he's tapping into that, and he's saying everything they want to hear. And she says at the end, don't vote out of spite. This is terrible. It's going to be bad. And so she's saying, don't vote for Trump. But this is the reason why he's appealing to people right now. Look at this safe space BS that's happening in the U.S. where it's like, oh, you said something that hurt my feelings. Oh, no, what am I going to do? It's first world problem. Everyone's just a little baby running around. So anyway, so that's why he's tapping, he's tapping into that angst, that annoyance. I disagree with the reaction. I disagree with him. But the dude is playing it. He's playing it textbook, and he's using bad publicity to propel his career. And guys, this is another thing. You think that he actually likes the KKK. That is a joke. That's part of his play. He's playing all of us, okay? He doesn't care about that. He's not pro-KKK. He said that because he knew it would, he didn't say anything because he knew it would generate controversy, and controversy sells. If you don't believe that, just think of Miley Cyrus controversy in the last 5 years. Justin Bieber, every time they do something bad, they get more publicity and more people buy their album. It's it's like persecution complex. Oh my gosh, thought they were going to put my Bieber in jail. Oh no. And that's just the best marketing you can ask for. So it's the same thing for Trump here. He's just, no publicity is bad publicity. And it's like our modern journalism just doesn't believe that. It's just like, they're just pouring petrol on the fire of Donald Trump. The more that, why would you even ask that question? Guys, you know how many active members of the Ku Klux Klan there are in the United States? 400. It's less than 0.1% of the population. Less than. Okay? It's absolutely absurd. They have no power. They have none. Zero. It's not a real thing. There are more neo-Nazis in Paris than there are KKK members in the entire United States. I'm not even kidding. But that's all we hear about. They have no power. And so this guy, someone actually asked that question, and so Trump played it. He just was I'm not going to say anything about them. Because he knew he's baiting him. He's baiting him. He's baiting all of us. Just to give him more publicity. It's so stupid. Just go look at the pictures of him playing golf with Bill Clinton. They're all buddy, man. Trump isn't even a conservative. He's a liberal in most areas. They all just are actors. They're hypocrites. Anyway, okay, sorry. Rant number 85 for tonight. I was getting a bit boring. No, you're right. Sorry, Paul. I won't be boring as much. Epic rap battles of history. I love them. All. They're all just so good. Me and Melissa went back and watched Beethoven versus Bieber and Hitler versus Darth Vader again. It's just so good, man. So good. So that's my thoughts on that, Sozin. How's your favorite classical music artist? Well, interesting you asked that, Armand, because our next episode of American Indian talks all about that, and you just have to wait to see it. Or become a Patreon supporter, and then you can. I agree that Eminem is the best. He's my favorite, just because he's really angsty and whatever. But he also has his rough edges that I'm not real big fan. Can I play The Misty Mountains Cold? That's a good idea. Okay, I'll do that. So, I've been meaning to get back into Music Mondays. I'm dropping it, though, unfortunately. So maybe I'll just do some violin stuff in here on the live once a week. But do realize it's just going to be whatever comes out of my violin when I pick it up. Misty Mountains Cold. Let's see if I can remember that. Team Gandalf or Team Dumbledore? Man, that's a good question. We do have music stuff coming. I'm working on something, and it's going to be awesome, okay? It's going to be awesome. I'm really excited about it, but I want it to be good for the first time in 4 years. I was nothing I've played has actually been good. I haven't done good. Hey, everyone want to welcome Ajit to the stream there? You see what he said? Why don't you give him a nice hello? I got this t-shirt from the Naughty Kid Productions himself. So he sent this. I'm doing a little advertising for him. So, and I meant to include him in this week's list of videos, but I just blanked. Okay, let's see if I can remember it. Far over the misty mountains go. I can't remember it, guys. How does it go? Far over, da 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 da. Da da. Well, it's kind of close. Wasn't quite it. All right. Well, let's be nice to Ajit. I'm sorry. Is there any way else to support your channel? Because I'm 15, I can't do things like donations, etc. Just your comments are appreciated. If you see a video you really like and share it on Facebook, that'd be awesome. Share it if you're on Twitter. That kind of thing's great. Liking it, commenting, all those things really help. Also, there are some things we need to fix on our end to make it easier. So we're in talks about that, trying to make it a little bit better. Gurpreet asks, have you tried to play Carnatic style music? No, I have not, and that is something I really would like to do. So I'm going to look into seeing if anybody knows anyone in Delhi who teaches Carnatic violin lessons. That would be something I'd totally be interested in doing. I need to be held accountable, to do the practice. And I went to this tabla lesson a friend of mine is taking. In this episode of American Indian, we filmed them doing the tabla lesson, which just really was lit the fire into me to want to work on my practice again. Because it could be a lot better. And I would love to be able to learn the style of Carnatic violin. So that'd be really cool. A lot of love for Kendrick Lamar these days. I really am kind of behind the times, and I need to catch up. I got a lot of Kendrick Lamar to catch up on. I actually got this book about hip hop, and I've been reading back through it and learning some about the history of hip hop, and it's pretty fascinating. I mean, there's some pretty incredible stories there. Do I listen to EDM? I do listen to EDM. I've got a lot of playlists actually on SoundCloud. I think you can see my playlist on SoundCloud, the ones that I like the best. Probably my favorite dubstep is this one that has Triple H in it. It's from this group FTW. Here, I'll just play it for you guys real quick. Well, I like this a lot. This.
Symphony crack.
So you hear just a little bit of this. I cannot play as good as this kid, so I'm not going to mess it up. So I really like this remix, the Bass Nectar remix of Lights. I'm not going to listen to the whole thing. Anyway, let me get to where he's going crazy. This part. It's so good, man. It's very good. So I like that remix of Ellie Goulding's Lights the best, and then him playing violin over is pretty cool. But I think one of my favorite dubstep songs is it Let's Be Friends? Is it Let's Be Friends? Is that it? I think this is it. It's the Triple H, yeah. This is like my all-time favorite. If I could do a live performance of this with violin on top of it, that's the dream. That's the dream. Oh. So, I love it. My name is The Surfing Violinist, and I don't surf or play violin very often. I never get to surf because I'm landlocked in Delhi. But it symbolizes my personality because I'm all over the place. I'm from Florida, Northeast Florida. Why am I not doing more dub smashes? I guess I just kind of hit the wall. I was making them too complicated. I would like to start doing them again. Maybe just like one per trailer reaction. So when we do a trailer reaction, I'll do a dub smash with it. I think that might be a way that I can do it. It'll be simple. They were getting too complicated when I was doing those Holly Bolly one-take reviews. I was having 4 per video, and so I just kind of ran out of steam. So if I keep it simple, I'll get back into them. So that's probably a good way. We'll do some classic trailer reactions and some dub smashes with them. Just one. I think that'll be a good way to do it because I like doing them. It's a fun way for me to learn a little more Hindi, and yeah. Am I friends with Just Rain? I've never met him. I mean, I've met him, but we just for 3 minutes. Favorite Bollywood actor? I think, like I said, there's just a lot. I really can't narrow it down. I'm a big fan of E.J. Raz. I think Manoj Bajpayee is the man. There's just so many good ones. I really can't narrow it down. I think everyone has their strengths, and a lot of strengths to be celebrated in this industry. And when people say, "Oh, well, Bollywood acting or Indian actors are just not as good," that's just not true. I think the weakness that Bollywood has right now is really just finding this sweet spot in between independent film and mainstream cinema. There's that sweet spot where you can it can be a really hard-hitting message movie, but still is very entertaining and hits a broader audience. I'm not talking about just Oscar-type movies because those are still a lot of times end up being more of the independent, social issue type of movie. I'm talking about a movie like Serenity or Star Wars or something like that, that really that is cross cultural, that people from outside the culture can still get it and watch and enjoy it. A movie like Snowpiercer is like that for me too. So, from Korea. Would love to come to South India. I would love to. Yeah, we'll still vlog when we're in the U.S. Three Idiots is one. Yeah, but again, it's a Bollywood movie. It's difficult to show Three Idiots outside of the context of Bollywood, and it makes sense on a broader scale. So it's fine. It's good. It's a good Bollywood genre film, but it's not a universal movie that everyone is going to find appealing because it's very long. It has a lot of song and dance numbers that don't fit organically with the story, and it has a few problems. I mean, just thematically and tonally, it's a little bit masala. It's as good as masala can be, but it's just in my opinion, it's not a perfect film. Newsroom dramas. Ooh, that's good. I would say the season 5 of The Wire That's the best newsroom drama you can get right there. Season 5 of The Wire. Doesn't get any better than that. Tari Zameen is fantastic. I love that movie. Absolutely. Fantastic movie. I still think it's harder for that, again, to reach the same kind of audience that something like, The Raid Redemption from Indonesia or, I know it's a different type of movie, but I'm just talking about, like, ability to reach across cultural boundaries. Like, a movie like Tari Zameen Par or Three Idiots or Bajrangi Bhaijaan is just going to be much harder to cross boundaries where certain tropes aren't expected. Like most film industries are not musical based industries, and these are all still musical based films. So, I feel like a movie. I feel like a movie like People Alive can do it. I feel like People Alive can do it. It's a shame that it didn't get more traction than it did. But it just kind of gets lost in the shuffle. And part of the problem is that Bollywood invests so much of its resources in keeping this system the exact way that it is, so that the good films end up just getting ignored. Court should have made it to the Academy Awards this year. Like, it should have been nominated. Like, it's not even a question. Like, why? And it's just India keeps getting overlooked. But I honestly think that the vetting process, the way that, I don't know how it's being handled, there's more attention going to the 85,000, self-indulgent award shows that are happening in India, IFAs and all the other 84 of them, so that there's just no room for people to care about Court, which is a better movie than 98% of typical Bollywood. All right, guys, I'm going to have to wrap it up. The Man Who Knew Infinity trailer, we did watch it. We did react to it. I think we're going to, I'll probably just upload it in the morning at this point. I'm running late. I want to spend some time with my family here. So, great questions. Great questions, everyone. Let's not get into regionalism in here, please. Man, there's some good questions. I'll have to answer some of these later. Guys, thank you so much all for attending the stream tonight. This has been a blast. I will try to make this more sense. I'll bring a little more order to the whole thing. So thank you all for attending tonight, and we will be seeing you soon. Another trailer reaction coming up for The Man. I can never remember the name of that movie. Why can't it? The Man Who Knew Infinity? So that reaction, I'll upload it tomorrow morning. Do check out the Rocky Handsome reaction. We did some fun stuff with it. Oh, I thought it was fun. And do let me know if you didn't see that I noticed your comment. If you had an idea for a video that would be good to be mentioned in this list, do shoot me a Facebook message, tweet, channel message, or comment on another video. Comment on like the other last Friday video or something like that. Okay, guys, I got to go. Thank you so much for coming, and let's do this again. Thank you all. Good night. Until next time, keep it creative, keep it cross-cultural, and keep it constructive, YouTube. Oh, shoot, I messed it up. This is like how they would end fiddle songs back in the day. Boom. Yeah. See ya. Good night.